Welcome back to 33-year-old boomer ranting on the floor in his Airbnb. Chat GPT is not your friend. Let's talk about it. So I've been seeing a lot of people recently freak out because of the outages recently. People were complaining on the internet saying, oh my God, I can't believe I'm freaking out that Chat GPT is down. What do I do? People asking it for relationship advice. People asking it what to eat, what to have for dinner. People whose entire life is just Chat GPT. It's their friend. They can't manage without it. And I'm going to be serious for a second. This is kind of freaking me out. What I'm starting to wonder is, are these people just out of their minds, or is this maybe revealing something about human psychology that I'd rather not think about? Like, I get it. ChatGPT can be useful under certain conditions. If you want to know about something that's been endlessly documented, then it's pretty good. If you use it as a tool, if you use it strategically, specifically for certain uses, it can be useful. For example, the interviewing process has been documented over and over. There are certain things that interviewers expect you to say. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Does that align with what the company wants? Tell us an example of a situation where you had to work as part of a team, that kind of stuff. If you want to get good at that, ChatGPT is actually pretty good at that kind of application, because all these questions have a right answer. You can tell it some of your experience, some of your work experience, and it can help you find some pretty good answers. It's good for that. However, if you find yourself freaking out because it's down and you can't live your life, you're in trouble. I don't want to outsource my thinking to it. I think that's very dangerous. I think that's something that once you give up, I think it's very difficult to get back. I don't want to outsource my thinking to a machine. The whole premise, the whole meme with this AI stuff was that the AI would do the boring stuff. It would fold your laundry for you. It would do all the boring, painful things, and that you would get to do the fun, creative things. And that's not how it's going, is it? It's taking all the fun things, it's taking all the creativity, it's taking all the thinking. And so what is there left for you to do? Now, thankfully, I don't think that AI is that good. I don't think that, at least in its current iteration, the LLMs, I don't think they can do all the things that they've promised. However, there is a real danger that more and more people are going to outsource their thinking, that they will become part of the Borg, unironically. Because at what point is that just true? At what point are you just part of the Borg? And people have been memeing this for a long time, right? This idea that people can't think for themselves, right? Gen X used to call the TV the idiot box. Man, if only they knew, eh? If only they knew how bad things could get. And the funny thing is that these people know that they're messing up. They know that this is a mistake. They will admit that ChatGPT knows far too much about them with this sheepish grin on their face. They know that they shouldn't be giving some mega corporation all of this information about their lives. They know that they shouldn't be this reliant on a machine. They know it, and yet they can't help themselves. It's too convenient. It's too convenient to outsource all of the difficult thinking, even the easy thinking. What should you have for dinner? It's so tempting, I suppose, to outsource that people just do it. And maybe I'm lucky. Maybe the fact that I don't need to outsource everything to the LLMs maybe that gives me an advantage. I suspect that might be the case. I think that if you're watching this, if you watch my channel regularly especially, I think you're probably the kind of person who has the capacity to not fall for this. I suspect that a lot of this technology is literally an IQ test. It's literally an unintentional IQ test, a way to perhaps filter who can actually think and who can't. I don't know to what extent or to what purpose, but my instinct is that it's better to be smart than not to be smart. Even though intelligence is very much a double-edged sword, I suspect that we're going to be better off, especially in the coming years, by retaining our capacity to think. Because fundamentally, if all you can do is what the LLM can do, then your skills have no marketable value of any kind, right? I mean, think about it. 50 years ago, 60 years ago, let's say in the 80s, there was a real market value to knowing how to use a machine, knowing how to use Vim, knowing how to use a Unix operating system, knowing assistants to CEOs used to have some pretty decent computer skills. They had to, because computers weren't very user-friendly. And so there was a value in that. Most people couldn't use a computer. But, fast forward 20, 30 years, being able to use a computer has no market value whatsoever. It has no economic value because everyone can do it, right? Your grandmother knows how to open Chrome and go to Facebook and get scammed on there. There is no financial benefit in that. And so I think that's what's going to happen with a lot of people who over-rely on these systems. They will have no marketable skills to speak of. And they're going to be in real trouble because whatever the LLM can do will become the floor. The bare minimum will be what the LLM can do. Because if you're smart, you can use the LLM, and combined with what you know, you can work much faster, assuming the LLM doesn't constantly hallucinate, etc. You get it. However, if you don't know anything, what the LLM can do will not only be the floor, but it will also be the ceiling. You will be stuck underneath it because you can't do anything. Because you're asking Chat GPT what to have for dinner. If you've ever found yourself in a situation where you're panicking because your favorite LLM is down, I want you to stand up, walk over to your bathroom mirror, and look yourself deep in the eyes. Look deep into your own eyes and think, is this where you want to be? Is this how you imagined your life when you were 20, 30, 40, relying on a machine to tell you what to have for dinner? And if the answer is no, you're going to have to do something about it. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.